questions? No, thank you very much, Chairperson. Maybe before I ask my questions, we do want to make this point because I think perhaps we sound like we're tiptoeing around it. Minister, we don't want ANC comrades in our cities. We don't want them. So I don't want us to, that's our view. I don't want us to create an impression now that we're having this halapaloo, because we're in this mess because of those very comrades. Because the fact of the matter is that their loyalty lies with the party, not the young people and the youth of this country. We've got many commissions, you're an organization of commissions that have pointed to the fact that at the center of maladministration, at the center of bad governance, at the center of corruption and stealing in our state institutions, it's the very comrades who use those funds and channel them back to their political organizations. There are so many competent Black technocrats, so many, men, women, many of them in South Africa, who have gone to school. They don't sit in ANC meetings. They don't sit in meetings of the South African Communist Party, but they are competent, patriotic men and women who have got the necessary skill to come and steer this country into the right direction. Already as ANC, you are the political leaders. You are there to give the political guidance. You're a minister, you are South African Communist Party, you're ANC. It's okay, you're already there. But now you even want to come and politicize administration and officials. So I want us to make that clear, because I heard that previously Honorable Govani was trying to make us feel bad for saying we don't want ANC comrades in our cities. We want those cities to work for the people of South Africa, not to work for political parties. So it's not a question, Minister. Please don't, you don't have to respond to it. I've just got one question to you, and then I'm going to go to the DG. I don't buy this view that you don't know how many people are headhunted. I think you're misleading us. There is absolutely no ways that you can say you want to put 3 seaters on administration. Can't be a number that you'd forget. And then when we ask you, how many people did you headhunt? You say, I can't think off the top of my head, even roughly. Surely you'd know, I interacted, I got 10 CVs, I got 20 CVs, I got... You can't say to us you don't know how many people you headhunted. Because when you say that, you are actually taking us into a direction to say, actually, there was no such a headhunting that happened here. You just went to go and fetch 3 comrades of yours and put them as administrators in the cities. So I don't buy that response. I think it's dishonest. There is no such a thing. I've just got one quick question, Minister. What is the policy of the department when it comes to headhunting? Because I didn't see headhunting in the Act. I didn't see it even in the regulations. Maybe there's a document somewhere I'm missing. Because when you and the DG said, no, we headhunted people, there ought to be some guiding framework that guides this thing of headhunting. Who are these people that get to be headhunted? We also want to be headhunted. Other people must be headhunted. So is there a framework or a set of regulations in the department that guides headhunting? And what is that particular policy? Thanks, Minister.
Thank you, Honorable Lonzi. I think the first thing is that I think by virtue of you being an EFF member, I wouldn't expect you to, want ANC members anyway. It would be, I think, a miracle if you would want, or agree with an ANC member serving anywhere. I even doubt if you agree that, any of us should be in the executive as the ANC. And that's why you contest as a political party, as the EFF. You contest against the ANC. I also agree with you that we, should not appoint people on the basis of their political lineage. Otherwise, if that were to be the case, hundreds of thousands of...
Sorry, Chairperson, I didn't ask the minister these things he's telling me. I didn't ask the minister
you made a
whether
political
or not
statement.
He agrees with me.
You made a political statement.
I asked, we're here to ask the minister questions, and the minister must respond to the question you didn't ask. I didn't ask him if he agrees with me whether or not. I don't want his agreement. I'm asking a simple question. Is there a policy of headhunting in the department? And what is that policy? Because he and the DG are saying to us, we headhunted 3 people to come and be administrators. Now, we must scrutinize this policy because we ought to understand, is this policy fair and transparent? Do the people of South Africa know that there is a headhunting policy in the department so that they themselves can make themselves available to be headhunted? That is the question I'm asking. I don't know what he's talking about. He's agreeing with me. I'm EFF. I'm what? Is there a headhunting policy in the department? And what is that policy? That is my question, Chair. And maybe you can assist to that effect.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. I think it's important that, questions that are couched as answers has to be responded to because in his statements, Honorable Lonzi actually infers that there may have been, wrongdoing on our part in having appointed the people that we did. Now, as it relates to the questions that he asked, firstly, as I said, that the appointment of the administrators were not arbitrary. I cannot be dishonest if I cannot make a recollection. All I'm saying to you is that I don't have a recollection, and that I will, if the chair prefers in writing, I can send to you the people that I looked at in terms of their competence, and over and above that, to show that we looked at, more than 3 people for this responsibility. And what I must emphasize also in this regard was that the easier option for us was to look at people who are already active in the system.
Chairperson, the minister is not assisting with the process. And I'm not, with all due respect, Minister, I'm not interjecting because I'm disrespecting you.
Yeah.
It's because we were given a very limited time. And I want to repeat this question. Is there a headhunting policy in the department? And what is the headhunting policy? So that ordinary South Africans can know about that there is such a policy. And maybe we'll take it and post it on social media and say, there's a headhunting policy in the department, so that they know how to prepare themselves. Unless this headhunting policy is only sent to certain individuals who know that they can receive special calls from the minister. Simple question, Chairperson. Is there a headhunting policy in the department, and what is that policy? Because the minister and the DG are saying they headhunted people to come and be seat administrators.
Can I respond to the question to the best of my ability, Chairperson? I think that's important. I suppose that's what we've been asked here. With regards to the appointment of the administrators, and there's various laws that guide us in this regard. In the case of the appointment of an administrator, because it is not based on any representativity, it's about an immediate intervention in the case of a crisis. Firstly, there was no need for us to do a public call. There was no need for us to make an advertisement. It was about the prerogative of the minister to look at what is required in terms of the sector education and training authorities that were intervening in, and to look at the the type of individuals that we could consider for appointment. So this is not the same as appointing an accounting authority or anything of the sort. So that's why we did that. And I think as it relates to the headhunting policy, the DG will respond to that.
Chair, before the DG comes in, I think the minister can assist us in this thing. And I'm just going to move on to the next question. Remember, we're not here to catch you out, Minister. We're actually assisting each other to make this department work. If there is no headhunting policy, there is nothing wrong with you saying, Honorable Lonzi, there is no headhunting policy in the department. I think it's a very simple and straightforward question. Unless there is, and the DG will tell us, but a whole minister can't not know whether or not there's a headhunting policy in the department. Can't say no with respect to headhunting. You are throwing the DG under the bus. DG, deal with it. You should know. You should say, yes, there is a headhunting policy. The DG will explain it. Or no, there is no headhunting policy. Then we move on to the next question.
Honorable Chair, what I did was to explain the process as it relates to the appointment of these administrators and to illustrate that my actions were not irrational and that they, were based on the best interest of, these particular seaters. When I say that the DG will respond to the question, I'm not throwing the DG under the bus. That's his role as the accounting officer. Thank you.
DG. Very much. In this regard, there is no headhunting policy, and I think that's the specific response.
No,
but-
thank you, DG.
Okay.
I think that's all I wanted. Took us about 10 minutes to just understand whether or not there's a headhunting policy in the department. I'm not asking whether or not the minister took a rational decision. I'm still coming there. You are the ones who came before us. We've never used the word headhunting, by the way. In the letters we wrote to you, in the submissions we made today, not once did we make any reference to headhunting. You came to us and say you headhunted. So we're saying, if you headhunted in the spirit of fairness and transparency, then we ought to know what does it mean to headhunt? Do you stand outside shop and loud hail? Do you go to ANC meeting and choose comrades? Do you send WhatsApp? Do you call? That's all we had wanted. And the fact that there is no headhunting policy, as the DG suggests, yet the department found 3 names through headhunting, I think it's extremely problematic. But we'll deal with it. DG, since the minister has thrown questions to you, maybe now let me come to you. Maybe you'll answer directly. Was there a formal written instruction in terms of Section 14A, which was issued to the 3 seaters prior to their dissolution and placement under administration?
No, in our considered view, that was not necessary.
So there was no formal written instruction to the seaters?
We did not see this as a requirement.
No, I didn't ask for that, DG. I just asked if you wrote, you didn't. Thank you. DG again, maybe I'll go with them step by step. Was the services seater consulted as required by Section 15(1) before being placed under administration? I know the National Skills Authority was consulted about this. Was the services seater consulted?
Yes.
You can share with us the agenda of that particular meeting and the date and when it happened.
No.
Why can't you share it with us?
Firstly, it's because in the manner in which consultations were done, it was a broad program of the minister to consult all stakeholders. And on the occasion of the consultation with SETA chairpersons, we used that meeting to then meet the 3 responsible SETAs. And that is when...
So there was no meeting with services SETA?
There was a meeting.
No, with services SETA, because you're saying you had a broad meeting that included all SETAs. And I think that's one of the arguments that the SETAs are making.
Okay.
To say that you called 21 SETAs to a meeting and spoke of generalized issues. You don't have to respond to that. Was there a meeting that was called with the purpose of informing the SETAs that the minister, empowered by the Act, intends to put them under administration? Did such a meeting happen between yourselves and the services SETA?
Despite the minister's own consultation programs, I was even present in a meeting in which, after the meeting in which we had all SETAs present, we convened a special meeting
with the services
with the
SETA?
3 SETAs.
With the 3 SETAs.
Yes.
and you informed them that the minister intends to place them under administration.
Firstly, we provided them with the reports, at our disposal. For example, in construction SETA, we had issued a section 14A to them, and in which there was a section 14 response.
You see now there's a problem here, Chair. Because my first question to the DG was there a written instruction to the SETAs? I even said section 14A. The DG says there was none. He even goes further and says something I didn't ask him. He says we didn't see the need to submit that 14A. Then when I'm asking him, "Hey, did you consult with the SETAs?" He says we issued a section 14A. Am I misunderstanding him, Chair, or what is happening?
No, you heard him right. And I did say, colleagues, when we're asking you questions, let's not be creative. Let's assume the questions that we ask you, we know the answer to. So clarify that, did you, which one is which? Is it that you had written to them using section 14A, or as you said earlier, you did not see the need to write to them, which is which, because it can be both of them.
Firstly, I have, and I'm going to repeat, there was a consultation meeting with the three SETAs, all three of them. That is a fact. Secondly, I also did say that in respect of construction SETA, there had been a section 14A, which led to a section 14A response, and we can provide evidence in that regard.
So earlier
Prior-
when I asked you, DG, and I'm really.
Please allow me.
This
Honorable Lonzi.
is very disheartening.
Yeah.
I started with 14A. I said, DG, was there a 14A for any of the SETAs? And we can go to hindsight for this and maybe check the recordings and minutes of this meeting. And the DG said there was no 14A. He even said we didn't see it necessary. Now he's saying there's a 14A.
DG, he also asked if you have, can you provide the minutes of that day, and you said no.
Yes, that's correct. Please allow me to explain myself. Firstly, the question was there consultation? And I said, yes, there was consultation. And I indicated when that consultation happened. The second question was then about written correspondence. I said there wasn't. We did not see a need for it. I'm now providing additional information regarding the construction SETA, that prior to the minister assuming the responsibility as the minister, there had already a section 14A, which led to a section 14A response from the said SETA.
Chair, and maybe we'll go back to the minutes. I just don't want to labor this point. The department is misleading this committee. And it's very evident today. And we may have to go back and reflect to see how we're going to deal with this. And I put it to you, DG, that you did not consult these SETAs. And I don't know this response that you're not going to give us the minutes of that meeting and agenda. Perhaps we're going to consult our legal. We want those minutes in the meeting of that agenda. Because I hold the strong view that there was no consultation. You called a general meeting with all the SETAs to speak about general issues in the SETA. But the Act wants you to consult the SETAs about this specific point of placing them under administration. And if you are saying to us that meeting took place, Chair, I don't accept that the DG can't give us the minutes or even the agenda of that, so that as Parliament, we're able to interrogate that indeed there was no violation of the Skills Development Act. So maybe this is just to you, Chair, if we've got a way of forcing the department to submit the minutes and the agenda of that particular meeting. I think I'll rest there on this particular matter, because we hold the view, before we can even speak about the fact that the ministry has appointed people of questionable character to be administrators, people who are going to account to themselves. You are a minister, you have just entered. There was an uproar about problems in the SETAs. And at the center of that uproar was the issue of appointing boards and accounting authorities. Instead of doing the right thing of just appointing the boards, because the benefit of having a board in terms of King's Code is that you have got a group of individuals there who are going to be able to at least be the eyes and ears for each other. Yes, in a board of 10 or 15 people, there may be 2 or 3 or even 5 who are, corrupted or whatever, but we sleep peacefully at night because we know that it is not going to be one individual taking decisions unilaterally on his own, whether they are consulting the DG, whether they're consulting the minister. And instead of just putting the board and demonstrating to us that you are coming in, you are stabilizing the sector, you are a new minister. Yes, you have been deputy minister for many years, but you are coming in, you're a minister, you are going to do things correctly. You then go and appoint administrators, and we hold the strong view. I mean, I'm interested. I didn't know the guys had taken you to court, and I'm very interested in that particular court case. And I can tell you now, I will not be surprised when you lose that court case. Because by just listening to the responses of the DG today, already we can pick up that there are many questions to be asked around the process which was followed to appoint these particular administrators. You started with headhunted without a headhunting police. Then you came in with Section 14A, you came in with 15.1. Then you said to us, you don't want to give us the minutes of that meeting and the agenda of that meeting. Then why are we here? If we're not going to be able to understand what happens in meetings that take such decisions that are able to impact the sector and impact our SETAs. So we're going to get those minutes. And I think, Chair, I'm not going to be asking any more questions really to both the minister or the DG. I think I've received the answers that I requested, because I did write to the minister, by the way, and his office responded and said they're going to share the letter with him, asking these questions, and he didn't respond. And I was not surprised that he didn't respond, because I know they didn't follow these things. They didn't. And today, if there was anything that we got out of the interaction we had both with the minister and the DG, is that they themselves know that they didn't follow this particular legislation. So that is what we're dealing with here. It seems our ministers simply don't want to learn to do things correctly. That's why I'm saying portfolio committee meetings and parliament, you are actually the ones who are making them very toxic spaces and environments. Because it's like, well, yeah, we're trying to catch you out when you can simply do things correctly. When you entered, we said to you, Minister, you have an opportunity to start on a clean slate. Don't repeat what those who came before you did. Don't want to come and prioritize friends, comrades, and want to put the hand in the cookie jar. Do things correctly and history will judge you. The students, the young NEET youth will thank you, because they will see that the SETAs are starting to do their work. But you are off to a bad start. And we want to give you that benefit of the doubt, to say that actually you still have an opportunity to fix this thing. It's either you are going to fix it and correct it, or you are going to want to dig your heels in, and you are actually just going to create a more crisis and a mess for yourself. We still want to give you the olive branch. We know you have just entered and give you that benefit of the doubt. The decision is yours. Are you going to dig your feet in even when you have done something wrong? Or are you going to humble yourself before South Africans to say, this thing may not have gone the way we want, and through humility, we want to correct it? Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Minister.